Hey guys, welcome back to Roshnara's World. So guys, in this video, we will today discuss about the Infosys BPM interview questions and the rounds which they conduct for a BPM process. Now, before that, I'll take you through a website which is ambitionbox.com. Through this website, you can basically see all the interview questions here. Candidates and people go and write down their own experiences. How was their complete interview and everything they mentioned. So I'll take a help from this particular website, and this is totally a trusted website similar to Glassdoor. I'm sure that you might have heard about these two names where you can get a lot of benefit and help for your interview preparation. So let's get started. So basically, for Infosys BPM interview, there are four total rounds for the interview. So first is basically your resume shortlisting. After your shortlisting, you will have your aptitude test round, right? So that will be a basic general aptitude test which all the companies have for the as a first round, correct? Then after that, you will have your HR round, which is your one-to-one round, and the final group discussion. So the sequence could vary, but yes, these are your uh, rounds which will happen, right? So this is the latest, I mean, interview which one of the person has filled his experience here. So I'll show you. This is for the customer service associate interview. I'll also show you for the process executive. So this is, as you can see that here, he has mentioned that 30 questions were there in the aptitude test, and it was some simple English grammar questions and maths and about MS Excel, which you can focus. You can take help from Google and you can prepare on your own as well. Now, for the one-to-one round, which is, you can see the HR round, the first question is the introduction part where you can mention about yourself. Be clear and crisp and precise. Do not, take a long introduction. Just be precise where you can mention about your name, your place, your education qualification, which is very important, your schooling and your graduation which you have done, and any experience. Just give an introduction. It should not be like more than 1 minute of your introduction. After, you can include about your family as well in the introduction part if you want. Otherwise, they'll ask you if they want, right? They also ask that why you left your last organization. This is in case of the experienced people. For the freshers, they won't ask this question, but yes, the answers whatever you give them, it should be positive manner, right? You should not say that there was too much of pressure, that's the reason I have left that organization, or you are saying that the salary package was less, that's why I left that organization. All these answers are the negative answers which you should ignore, right? You should give them a fair idea and a genuine answer that yes, I'm looking for a growth and opportunities. I want to learn a lot since it's already 1.5 years in one of the organization. Now I would like to explore more into such things. You can answer that ways, right? You can prepare your answer. Next is why you want to join our organization. It is like any of the company can ask you in any of your interviews. They can ask you why this particular company you want to join, or they can ask you like why Infosys. So now you should be very clear in your mind, why do you want to specifically join for Infosys only, why not other companies? So you can mention the positive points here as well, that while Infosys, after joining Infosys, what would how would Infosys change your life in your career wise, right? So you can mention those points. I would rather say that prepare your answer well, take help from Google, and then you can answer those type of questions. Next is your group discussion round. Now, group discussion could be your any topic they'll give you, and you have to speak for a minute, right? So ensure that you speak well. You should be very clear again in your mind while speaking to those topics. You should have a fair idea. If you do not have any idea about that particular topic, just tell them clearly that you might not have enough idea about the topic, but definitely you would go back once this interview is over. You will go back and study about that. That is a positive approach towards answering such question in case you're not aware of any topic, right? So you tell them. Otherwise, beating around the bush would not be great, or it would have a negative impact uh, in your interview. So this is what is about the generic questions which they can ask you. This was for the customer service associate questions, where they also asked to talk about in properly in Britain accent, so they can test your accent basically for an international process. Maybe that's the reason they are trying to check your accent. So yes, this is for the customer service associate interview round. Now let's move on to the BPM process executive questions. The basic generic HR questions would be similar, but yes, in the one-to-one, your process specific questions that should be related to your own process. So definitely you should be well versed with it. If you are applying for a customer experience, you might expect any sort of question which is related to customer service, right? Now here you can see that this person actually had applied through the website, and these were the questions which they asked him. So tell me something about yourself, then how, where do you see yourself in future, then apart from the technical work office, what did you learn apart from the technical and office work in lockdown 2020? So you can tell them that what you have learned, it could be related to the work, it could be a generic life lesson which you might have learned. So yeah, you can give a honest answer, because they are not looking for the stories around it. You should give the honest opinions and honest answers. That would be much appreciated, right? So you can answer those ways, but those answers should be in more in a positive approach. Next is, interviewer might ask you questions about your course and course you have pursued, or the certifications you have appeared for or you have had in your resume. So you should be very well versed with your courses, what you have done, and any sort of projects if you have done. So you should be very informative about that particular project or certifications. They might ask you that how it is going to help you. So that way, so you again have to prepare yourself. Next is, where do you locate? And here it is very important, they might ask you to relocate. You, if you say no here it would be more of a diplomatic answer. Definitely you should be always say yes to relocation. Why? Because this particular profile might need a relocation, which if you say no, then definitely they might not take you in consideration. They might take someone else into the consideration, right? So answer this type of question well. Then tell me something about your city. Obviously they might ask you, they might see these type of questions. They generally ask you to check your communication, how prompt, how spontaneous you are while thinking, and how clear you are while speaking and communicating with others. So don't rush, be very clear, so that they actually get to know that you are a very calm person while communicating. Next is, they might ask you again, like we discussed, about your college or your courses, etc., right? So that person has also mentioned the interview tip, which, be confident, like I mentioned you, when you speak, and don't speak quickly, speak normally, correctly, clearly, without any hesitation. And it will be a good impact if you wear formals. So this is very general thing. And certificates, pan cards, and your Aadhaar card are very important if you have. And passport, if you don't have, you can apply for it. These are the general instructions which this particular person who has written anonymous has written a feedback of his or her interview. So I hope you have understood well that how to prepare yourself. And these are very generic questions. At last, I would also like to add up here is situational questions. They might also ask you few situation questions, which is any kind of conflicts you have had with your teammates or your team members. How would you handle that? These type of questions they actually ask you, how you think positively. And there are a lot of other situational questions also, but yes, again, I can't tell you what could be the situation question they'll ask, but definitely I can guide you here. Is be calm while you think. Take a pause. It's not they have asked you a question and you again have to throw it back the answer in another like 2-3 seconds. No, take your like time and answer the question well. That matters a lot. And also the spontaneity which they'll see is how you think in a critical situation, the analytical thinking you have had, so that they will be checking. So I hope you understood well in the entire this thing. Here I have only taken one particular interview experience. You can check it from here. A lot of interview questions, you can check the salaries, etc. A lot of things you can check in this particular website. I'm sure this website is really going to help you a lot, so definitely go and check it out. And any doubts or queries, guys, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you guys. And yeah, don't forget to share with your friends as well, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Have a great day ahead.